what for Eric and Ernie respectively? What is hardest about impersonating them?
Well, I think we always say, because we're actors fundamentally, we sort of looked at it as a character, you know. So we studied them a lot in great detail for.
You did Eric, and so
I did Eric as a little boy. I've always done impressions of Eric Morecambe because I loved Eric. But I think we studied them so much, didn't we? When we wrote the play, Eric and Little Ern. I mean, it was very.
The building block is Jonty's knowledge and impression of Eric right at the beginning. But from then, once we started writing the play, we then wanted to sort of look at them as Jonty said, as actors. So we're doing a portrayal. I mean, for me, I knew nothing about Ernie Wise, so I had to do a lot of catching up. But we both studied them together, and in writing the play, which took us the best part of a year, we were on this wonderful journey discovering what Morecambe and Wise were like on stage and off. But obviously, everybody knows what they're like on stage, but it's also what informs the performances is what they were like off stage, what sort of people they were, how they got on, what their relationship was, and what made them tick. So that was the basis of everything we've done ever since.
I think that, you know, obviously it was a huge challenge to even attempt to be Eric and Ernie because they're so beloved by the British public. So that was a very scary thing to begin with. But I think over the years, obviously, we've worked and worked and worked, and now we did the play in Eric and Little Ern at Edinburgh in 2013, which went to the West End, and then we were lucky enough to be Olivier nominated, which was unbelievable. And then we've put together this new show now, which is an evening of Eric and Ern, which is basically the nearest, I suppose, you'll get to a Morecambe and Wise show, but live in the theatre.
And the characters, I keep using the word character, but the real, you know, Ernie Wise is an important, vital pivot, isn't it? Not to be underestimated.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's made me realise, studying as Ian here plays Ernie. I mean, it's made me realise just how good he was. His timing is sublime. It's perfection, and obviously he's working with Eric Morecambe. So it's the combination of the children together. We talked about this a lot, and it's their relationship, the kind of people they were mattered as well in their personal lives. The sort of people they were. It all contributed to this timing and this relationship that we were lucky enough to witness and enjoyed their comedy.
And I think with Ian and I, because we are genuine friends, I mean, Ian was the best man at my wedding, and we are genuinely good best mates, and that's the magic glue that helps us portray Eric and Ernie, because Eric and Ernie had genuine affection for each other, and I think you can't fake that. No matter how brilliant an actor or performer you are, I can't really fake that.
And what's your favourite sketch?
Oh, mine? Oh, I like all of them. I mean, I like a lot of the stuff. I like a lot of stuff in the bedroom, but I do like Grieg's Piano Concerto is one of my favourites.
And mine is, I love Glenda Jackson and Cleopatra. All men are fools, and what makes them so is having beauty like what I've got, which is one of Ernie's greatest lines.
And are there sketches, because I guess if you're of a certain generation, that there's the stuff from way back, we could talk about even, you know, the 50s and 60s that sort of gets forgotten about. Is there stuff that you do you try and dig out, if you know what I mean, or do you stick to more or less the standards?
Well, we obviously do. I think we do. It's important to, because that's what the public wants to see. They do want to see that. So we do a version of Grieg's Piano Concerto, and we do. There is you hear a siren going on in the background.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about Grieg's Piano Concerto, the version we do, there's a television one with Andre Previn, but there's also a radio version, and there's a black and white version where Ernie's the conductor.
Which is written by Hills and Green.
So we've taken bits of all three and merged them in, so the audience wouldn't know, but that's where it comes from. So I bought the box set. When we first started the play, I bought the box set from the BBC, and it starts in the 60s in black and white and goes all the way through to 1984, or whatever it was, 1980s.
Yeah.
And they're so young at the beginning of this box set. And my life just sort of passed before, in front of me through this box set. Because we grew up with them.
But there is material that we do in the show that people won't have seen on television.
No.
Because we've got...
With Charlie the Dummy.
Yeah, exactly. We've got permission from the family and the estate to do the vent act where Eric's a terrible ventriloquist. I mean, it's just brilliant. And we start the second half of the show with it, and it's just the most wonderfully written piece of stuff. And we love that. We love that. So there is stuff in there that they won't be familiar with, and also stuff that we've written and and created as well in there.
Yeah.
And are you refining it and developing it and perfecting it all the time?
Yeah, I mean, because we've got the luxury of being able to cherry pick this mine of comedy gold. So we picked out the best bits, and we've altered it slightly or shortened it or made it work for the show. And that in itself has been a labour of love, and that's taken quite a bit of time and effort to get it right. And we think we're just about getting it right now.
Really?
So we're constantly working at it, going, that doesn't work there, maybe put it here, and, the order of things, and it's all contributes to the show.
Did they, forgive my ignorance, but was he ad-libbing at all, or was it all scripted?
A lot of it was scripted, but some of it was ad-libs. But they used to rehearse, and they would maybe trip up on something and put an ad-lib in, and they maybe keep that in.
But Eric was incredibly quick-witted. I mean, if they ever did go wrong,
he would leap on it.
And to be fair, Jonty does the same. If we go wrong, we
acknowledge it.
We acknowledge it. We stay in character, and we ad-lib in there. It's live theatre. You never know what the audience are going to do or say. And sometimes we don't know what we're going to do.
Brilliant, and that's the point. Do you feed off the audience? If you feel, this sketch is really going well, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, very much so. Very much so.
I mean, that's the great thing is that we're doing it. It's Eric and Ern, but it's Eric and Ern live. It's not down a television tube. It's not down behind a screen. It's actually the audience seeing them live.
We get a time. We get the time of the first and second act at the end of every show. And if you get an audience, what we call a laughing audience, they all enjoy it. But a good laughing audience can add 6-7 minutes onto an act.
Between 5 and 10 minutes to an act.
10 to 12 minutes for the whole show.
Yeah, which is a lot.
Because sometimes, there was one time in Liverpool, we just stopped. This woman was laughing so much. We just stopped the show. And the whole audience, we just looked at this woman laughing.
Hysterical.
And she was hysterical. And she was, that went on for about 2 minutes.
And isn't that, finally, I guess that you're keeping the spirit alive and the legacy alive, and that must give you great pleasure.
That's our aim.
Very much so, yes. Yes.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have the opportunity to portray the boys, I think, and we do cherish that. We cherish them very much so.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time.